Kong Skull Island. This is the next video of my MonsterVerse series of reviews leading up to Godzilla v Kong. And this movie's interesting because I had not seen this movie since it came out back in 2017. Me and my grandpa went to go watch this movie and he had fun with it, but I think we both kind of agreed was not a very good movie, and none of us really had a desire ever to watch this movie again. But so I was kind of like dreading watching this movie again because I was like, man, what if I just really hate this movie? But I popped it in, and no, I surprisingly really liked it. Now this is one of my favorites of the MonsterVerse. I don't know if it's better than Godzilla 2014 for me, but this is still a really good movie for a King Kong movie. And I like it because this movie adds its own neat perspective to King Kong, right? Like Peter Jackson's kind of got his thing. We'll talk about that one in a surprise video towards the end of this review series. And then you got the original King Kong and all these different versions of King Kong, right? But I think this movie's interesting because, how do I explain it? This movie is like a 70s Vietnam War movie, but with giant monsters on an island. It's kind of really fucking awesome. Like the way this movie looks, the way the vibe of this is. You even have characters dealing with trauma from like war, like Samuel L. Jackson. And he's just like going fucking ham in this movie, which is great. I forgot how great the cast in this movie is, by the way. You got Brie Larson in this movie, who's probably the weakest cast member, but I still had fun with her character in it. You got Tom Hiddleston, who I forget's in this movie. Because when I think of Tom Hiddleston, I think of like Loki, and so when I think of him in other movies, it's just kind of like hard. And that's what sucks about the MCU, but in some of their castings, in a way. But you got John C. Reilly, who's a super fun character. He's got a lot of interesting background to him. So this is all really fun. And you do get plenty of other monsters on the island, and that's really cool. So it's not just like Kong and what he's got going on. It's a super, super interesting, fun movie that I think actually is probably my favorites of the MonsterVerse. And I really am happy that I did this video because I got to talk about a movie I ended up really liking.